Hello everybody, my name is Damon, and welcome to Katawa Shoujo. Now if you're wondering why the game looks a little weird, that's because for some reason, I can't full screen this game. Well, I can, but if I full screen this game, I can't record this game, because for some reason, DxTory doesn't register this as a game, and neither does XSplit, which is very strange, but I can use the screen capture function from XSplit to record this, but I then can't go into full screen, because if I go into full screen, it can't record the screen region, so that's a problem. And on top of that, I can't make this window any bigger outside of being in full screen, so we're stuck at, I think this is 800 by 600 resolution. However, it'll look bigger to you, obviously, because it has to be upscaled through XSplit, but here we are with Katawa Shoujo. If you don't know what this game is, don't worry, you'll find out soon enough. I just finished Undertale, and I was thinking, you know, I need a series to go up after this one, after Undertale is completely all posted and everything else. I don't know if I'll ever do the Genocide run, maybe not, maybe we'll see one day. So Reset here was supposed to be going up instead of that, but people don't really seem to like Reset here that much, which is kind of unfortunate. It seems like a cool game, but whatever. I won't judge. People don't like what they don't like. So I figured, let's try Katawa Shoujo. Before we get into this, I will let you know that I have 100% of this game. At least twice. At least twice. If you can call it a game. It's a visual novel. But, let's see. Full screen mode, no, we can't do that. Disable adult content? Nope. I'll just do that in editing, because if we disable adult content, we're going to skip a couple scenes entirely, instead of just getting some censorship going on. But let's just get into this, and we'll see how this goes. Oh boy, hang on, I gotta move my window. That doesn't cause XSplit to freak out, doesn't? No. God, I apologize if this looks really bad, but XSplit is being XSplit, so. A light breeze causes the naked branches overhead to rattle like wooden chimes. This is a popular retreat for couples in the summer. The deck. Yeah, oh, by the way, if you thought my voicing for Hyperdimension Neptunia was bad, just stick around. This is a popular retreat for couples in the summer. The deciduous trees provide a beautiful green canopy, far out of sight of teachers and fellow students. But now, in late winter, it feels like I'm standing under a pile of kindling. I breathe into my cupped hands and rub them together furiously to prevent them from numbing in this cold. Just how long am I expected to wait out here anyway? I'm sure the note said 4 p.m. Ah yes, the note. So between the pages of my math book while I wasn't looking. As far as cliches goes, I'm more of a fan of the letter in the locker, but at least this way shows a bit of initiative. As a part of the meaning of the note, the snowfall gradually thickens. Snowflakes silently falling from the white-painted sky are the only sign of time passing in this stagnant world. Their slow descent upon the frozen forest makes it seem like time is slowed to a crawl. You know, I wish it would snow. It's currently December 19th. There isn't a drop of snow outside. It's just been raining and been cold, which is weird because you figure if it's wet and it's cold, then there'd be rain or there'd be snow, but there's nothing. It's just this weird misty stuff that looks like it could be snow, but it like melted in the air or something. I don't know. I'm jealous of you. Kid I don't know the name of. Assuming kid. The rustling of dry snow underfoot startles me, interrupting the quiet mood. Someone's approaching me from behind. Sans? Sans a skeleton.
Hisao, you came.
A hesitating, barely audible question. Should I be quieter then? However, I recognize the owner of that dainty voice instantly. I feel my heart skip a beat. It's a voice I've listened to hundreds of times, but never as more than an eavesdropper to a conversation. I turn to face this voice, the voice of my dreams. My heart begins to race. So we have gloves. Why are our hands getting numb from the cold? Wanako? I got a note telling me to wait here. It was yours? Damn it, I spent all afternoon trying to come up with a good line and that was the result? Pathetic.
Yes. I asked a friend to give you that note. I'm so glad you got it.
A shy, joyous smile That makes me so tense. I couldn't move a single muscle even if I tried. My heart is pounding now. So trying to burst it out from my chest and claim this girl for itself. So, here we are, out in the cold. Once again, the wind stirs up the branches. The cacophonous noise is music to my ears. Yamaku flinches ever so softly against the gust of wind. As it passes, she rights herself, as if supported by some new confidence. Her eyes lock with mine, and she lazily twirls her long, dark hair around her finger. All the while, the anxious beating of my heart grows louder. My throat is tight. I doubt I could force a word out even if I tried. You see, I wanted to know if you'd go out with me. I stand there, motionless, save for my pounding heart. I want to say something in reply, but my vocal cords feel like they've been stretched beyond the breaking point. Hisao? I reach up to try to massage my throat, but this only sends spikes of pain, of blinding pain along my arms. Hisao? My whole body freezes, save for my eyes, which shoot open in terror. Oh god, Hisao! Hisao! The beating in my chest suddenly stops, and I go weak at the knees. The world around me, the canopy of bare branches, the dull winter sky, Yamaku running towards me. All these fade to black. The last things I remember before slipping away are the sounds of Yamaku screaming for help and the incessant clatter of the branches above. Welcome to Whoa, I fucked that up. Welcome to Katawa Shoujo, not welcome to Katawa Shoujo. What the hell is Takawa? Katawa Shoujo? I don't know what that means. I know Katawa Shoujo, I think that means, disabled girl. I don't know though. I think it does. But we're in the hospital! Yay! Not yay. Boy, that was, that escalated really quickly. Really, really quickly. I mean, there was the thumping of the heart, so I guess it escalated at a moderate pace, but... just stuff lying in the sink. Okay. What the hell is that pile? What is that stuff? It's like black, but it's like shiny? It looks like dust, sort of? Weird. It's been 4 months since my heart attack. Ooh, leaves. And that whole time, I could probably count the times I've left this hospital room unsupervised on one hand. 4 months is a pretty long time when you're left alone with your thoughts, so I've had plenty of time to come to terms with my situation. Arrhythmia. A strange word. A foreign, alien one. One that you don't want to be in the same room with. A rare condition. Causes the heart to act erratically and occasionally beat way too fast. It can be fatal. Apparently I've had it for a long time. They said it was a miracle that I was able to go so long without anything happening. Is that really a miracle? I guess that was supposed to make me feel better, more appreciative of my life. Yeah, see, that's the whole thing. When people have, like, near-death experiences, but then they survive, people are like, wow, it's a miracle that you made it through that. It's like, well, yeah, but it's not really, like, lucky that I went through it in the first place, you know? Like, it sucked. It didn't really do anything to cheer me up. My parents, I think, were hit harder by the news than I was. They practically had 2 hemorrhages apiece. I already had a full day by then to digest everything. To them, it was all fresh. They were willing to sell our house in order to pay for a cure. Of course, there isn't a cure. Because of the late discovery of this condition, I've had to stay at the hospital to recuperate from the treatments. When I was first admitted, it felt as if I was missed. For about a week, my room in the ward was full of flowers, balloons, and cards. But the visitors soon dwindled, and all the get-well gifts began trickling down to nothing shortly after. I realized that the only reason I had gotten so many cards and flowers was because sending me their sympathy had turned into a class project. Assholes. Maybe some people were genuinely concerned, but I doubt it. Even in the beginning, I barely had visitors. By the end of the first month, only my parents came by on a regular basis. Yamaku was the last to stop visiting. After 6 weeks, I never saw her again. We never had that much to talk about when she visited anyways. We didn't touch the subject that was between us on that snowy day ever again. The hospital? It's not really like a place... It's not really a place I'd like to live in. Doctors and nurses feel so impersonal and faceless. I guess it's because they're in a hurry and they have a million other patients waiting for them, but it makes me feel uncomfortable. For the first month or so, I asked the head cardiologist every time I saw him for a rough estimate of when I'd be able to leave. He never answered anything in a straightforward way, but told me to wait and see if the treatment and surgeries worked. So, I idly observed the scar that those surgeries left on my chest slowly changed its appearance over time. Think of it as some kind of omen. I still ask the head cardiologist about leaving, but my expectations are low enough that I'm not disappointed anymore when I don't get a reply. The way he shuffles around the answer shows that there is at least some hope. At some point, I stopped watching TV. I don't know why, I just did. Maybe it was the wrong kind of escapism for my situation. I started reading instead. There was a small library at the hospital, though it was more like a storeroom for books. I've been working my way through it, one small stack at a time. After consuming them, I would go back for more. I found that I liked reading, and I think I even became a little bit addicted. I started feeling naked without a book in my hands. But I love the stories. That was what my life was like. The days became increasingly harder to distinguish from each other, differing only by the book I was reading and the weather outside. It felt like time blurred into some kind of gooey mass that I was trapped inside instead of moving within. A week could go by without me really noticing it. Sometimes I pause in realization that I didn't know what day of the week it was. I do that sometimes as well. Like yesterday. No, 2 days ago. Yeah, 2 days ago when it was Thursday. Right? Yeah, 2 days ago when it was Thursday. I thought it was Wednesday. And then everyone in my school was like, dude, it's Thursday. I'm like, no, it's not. It's Wednesday. I'm like, oh, it's Thursday. That's weird. I thought we were behind a day, whatever. But other times, all the things that surrounded me would painfully crash into my consciousness through the barrier of nonchalance I had set up for myself. The page of my book would start to feel sharp and burning hot, and the heaviness in my chest would become so hard to bear that I put the book aside and just lay down for a while, looking at the ceiling as if I was going to cry. But that happened only rarely, and I couldn't even cry. Today, the doctor comes in and gives me a smile. He seems excited, but not very. It's like he's trying to make an effort to be happy on my behalf. My parents are here. It's a few days since I've last seen them. Both of them are even sort of dressed up. Is this supposed to be some kind of special occasion? It's not a party. There's this ritual the head cardiologist has. He takes his time, sorting his papers, and then setting them aside as if to make a point of the pointlessness of what he just did. Then he casually sits down at the edge of the bed next to mine. He looks me in the eyes for a moment. Hello, Hisao. How are you today? I don't answer him, but I smile back a little. I smack him. I smack the doctor in the fucking face. I don't answer him, but I smile back. Words. I don't answer him, but I smile a little back at him. I believe that you can go home. Your heart is stronger now, and with some precautions, you should be fine. We have all your medication sorted out. I'll give your father the prescription. The doctor hands a sheet of paper to my dad, whose expression turns wooden as he reads it quickly. So many. I take it from his hand and take a look at myself, feeling numb. How am I supposed to react to this? The absurdly long list of medications staring back at me from the paper seems insurmountable. They all blend together in a sea of letters. Oh god. Cardiolo. That's a diarrhea? A proper god. Holy heart. Verapamil. God, holy shit. This is insane. Side effects, adverse effects, contraindications. Never heard that word before. I mean, I've read this game twice, so maybe I thought that was contradictions. Side effects, adverse effects, contraindications, and dosages are listed line after line with cold precision. I try to read them, but it's so futile. I can't understand any of it. Attempting to only makes me feel sicker. All this? For the rest of my life? Every day? I'm afraid that is the best we can do at this point. However, new medications are always being developed, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that list fade over the years. ears. What kind of confidence booster is that? I'd have felt better if you hadn't said anything at all. Also, I've spoken with your parents, and we believe that it would be best if you don't return to your old school. What? Please calm down, Hisao. Listen to what the doctor has to say. Calm down? The way he tells it... Calm down? The way he says it tells me he knew full well I wouldn't like it. Am I going to be homeschooled? Whatever my concern shows, it's ignored. We all understand that your education is paramount. However, I don't think that it's wise for you to be without supervision. At least not until we're sure that your medication is suitable. So I've spoken to your parents about a transfer. It's a school called Yamaku Academy that specializes in dealing with disabled students. Disabled? What? Am I? It has a 24-hour nursing staff, and it's only a few minutes away from a highly regarded general hospital. The majority of students live on the campus. Think of it as a boarding school of sorts. It's designed to give students a degree of independence while keeping health nearby. Independence? It's a school for disabled kids. Don't try to disguise that fact. If it was really that free, there wouldn't be a 24-hour nursing staff, and you wouldn't make a hospital nearby a selling point. Of course, that's only if you want to go, but your mother and I aren't really able to homeschool you. We went out there and had a look a couple weeks back. I think you'd like it. Looks like you really don't have a choice. Compared to other heart problems, people with your condition usually tend to live long lives. You'll need a job one day, and this is a good opportunity to continue your education. This isn't an opportunity. Don't call it an opportunity. Don't call it a goddamn opportunity. Well, you should be excited at the chance to go back to school. I remember you wanted to return to school, and, well, it's not the same one. A special school. That's an insult. That's what I want to say. It's a step down. It's not what you think. All the students there are pretty active in their own sort of way. It's geared towards students that can still get around and learn, but just need a little help, in one way or another. Your father's right. And many of the graduates of the school have gone on to do amazing things. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. One of my colleagues in another hospital is a graduate. I don't care. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. That's what a disability is. I really hate that something so important was decided for me. What can I do about it? A normal life is out of the question now. It's funny. I always thought my life was actually kind of boring. Now I miss it. Don't know what you got till it's gone. I want to protest. I want to blame this lack of reaction on shock or fatigue. I could easily yell something out now. Something about how I can go back to school anyway. But no. I don't say anything. The fact is that I know now it's futile. I look around the room, feeling very tired of all this. The hospital, doctors, my condition, everything. I don't see anything that would make me feel any different. There really isn't a choice. I know this. But the thought of going to disabled school, what are those even like? As much as I try to put a positive spin on this, it's very difficult. But let me try. A clean slate isn't a bad thing. That's all I can think of to get me through this. At least I still have something. Even if it's a special school, it's something. It's a fresh start, and my life isn't over. It'd be a mistake to just resign myself to thinking that. At the very least, I'll try to see what my new life will look like. Oh boy, here we go. Chapter 1, I think? Or prologue? Act 1, whatever. Life expectancy. Here we go. Boy. This is getting emotional fast. The gate looked far too pompous for what it was. In fact, gates in general seem to do that, but this one especially so. That does look like a very pompous gate. It looks like the little simple things in there are like dollar signs. Is this like Bill Gates, like, gate? Huh. That's an interesting statement. Red bricks, black wrought iron, and gray plaster assembled into a whole that didn't feel welcoming at all. I wonder if it looked like what a gate for a school should look like, but couldn't really decide. Probably no. Of course, I didn't want to get stuck on thinking about the gate for too long, so I entered through it with a brisk pace that felt surprisingly good. This sounds like the Stanley Parable, like the narrator who's like getting hung over like a very, very trivial fact, like this gate. Look at how important this gate is. It has nothing to do with the story, but it's important that you look at this gate, you think about this gate, and you remember this gate. Moving forward feels good. Looks like a nice school. So I walk towards the main building of Yamaku Academy with this brisk pace. I'm alone, as my parents are taking my stuff to the dorms, and there's supposed to be someone waiting for me? The grounds are incredibly lush, filled with green. It does feel like the kind of grounds a school would have, more like a park. with a clean walkway going past trees and the smell of fresh-cut grass and all other park-like things. Words like clean and hygienic pop into my mind. Makes me shudder. I shake them off. Stay open-minded now. It's your new life. You have to take it as it comes. That's what I tell myself. A few buildings loom behind the leafy canopies. Too big and too many for just a school. Everything seems off. It's different from what I thought I knew about schools. It's an uncanny valley. Even though I was told this is my new school, in the back of my mind it doesn't feel like one. I wonder if this feeling is real or caused by my expectations of a school for the disabled. Speaking of that, I don't see anyone else here. It's kind of eerie. It makes me wish there was somebody here so I can anchor myself to something tangible instead of having this feeling that I stepped into another dimension. The trees hum with the wind and the green hues flashing all around me catch my attention. It makes me think about hospitals again. How they say the operating rooms are painted green because green is a color. Green is a gleaming color. How they say that the operating rooms are painted green because green is a calming color. So why am I feeling so anxious despite all this greenery? Only after I stand in front of the haughty main building, I surprised myself by realizing why the gate bothered me. It was the last chance I had to turn back, even if I had no life I could return to. But still, after entering, there's absolutely no way I could go back anymore. Feeling nervous with this realization set in my head, same thing, open the front door. A tall man with bad posture notices me as I enter. We're the only people in the lobby, so it's only logical. You must be... Niki? Nakai. So you are. Excellent. I'm your homeroom and science teacher. My name is Muto. Welcome. We exchange a handshake that is neither firm nor sloppy, and he looks at his watch. The head nurse asked for you for a brief check-in visit. There's no time for that now. Oh, should I go later? Yes, afternoon's probably fine. We should get going and introduce you to the rest of the class. They're waiting already. Waiting for me? I don't really like being the center of attention, but I guess it's inevitable in a situation like this. Somehow, not knowing what is waiting for me makes me feel really nervous. Thinking of this, I almost wish what the teacher is saying. Do you want to introduce yourself to the class? See, about that, this is where this game gets difficult. Being a visual novel, there's quite a lot of paths, and little things change many things. So we're gonna go ahead and create a new save state, in case I ever want to come back here. Hey there, you. I know who you are, but no one else probably does. Maybe, I don't know. Why or yeah, of course. Do I want to introduce myself to the class? Well, let's think Hisao here. I'm pissed off at the school. I think the school is an insult to me. It's a step down. Do I want to introduce myself to a bunch of special needs kids? Not really. Why? Why? Do I have to? Of course not. That's why I asked. Right. Well, let's go then. I don't know what voice Muto should have. I gave him a voice long and far ago, but I don't remember what it was. My heart is pounding in my chest, and it keeps me thinking about my condition as I follow the teacher up the stairs. The third door down, the third door... Oh god, yeah, this word. The third door down the third floor corridor is marked as the classroom for class 3-3, which opens the door and enters. Good morning, everyone. Sorry I'm late again. I hesitate for a split second at the door, freezing on the spot. Get a grip. It's a big step, I know that. But there isn't any point to worrying so much about it. At least not this soon. Huh. Hey there, everyone. Oh wait, no, I'm not introducing myself. I follow the teacher into the classroom and look around, partially so I won't have to meet the curious gazes of my new classmates. It's pretty spacious. The ceiling is unusually high, and there's lots of space left over around and in between the desks. Okay, let's, this is gonna sound rude. Let's look and see if I can tell the issues of some of these people. Well, you don't have a hand, it would seem. You're missing an ear. Why would that bring you into a disability school, though? He has a cane, so I would assume that means he has trouble walking. I'm assuming it's a he, simply for the fact that, he's wearing pants. Then again, you look like you're wearing a male outfit, but you don't look like you're male, so I don't know. You look happy over there. You don't. We'll get to that later. An entire wall taken up by blackboards and the high, old-fashioned windows only make it seem larger. Students' desks are a standard wooden desk with a shelf underneath for books, and wooden chairs with metal frames. Simple and efficient. Okay, that's a lie. Those don't look like wooden chairs, they look like plastic chairs, and there is no shelf under there. There's no shelf under any of these. I stop walking in front of the classroom and face the other students. They all look normal, like students in any other school, but then why would they be here? Probably like me and have something wrong with them, only it's not immediately obvious. Then I noticed that one of the girls seems to be missing the thumb of her right hand. It's a little jarring. I don't know who that is. Despite the natural tendency to listen to when someone's talking about you, I tune out the teacher's speech halfway through while he introduces me to the class. I notice a flash of dark hair and see that someone is looking at me. A girl with really long, straight hair that is pretty eye-catching. As she sees me looking back at her, she covers her face with her hands as if it will make her invisible. What the hell is wrong with you, buddy? This ain't nap time. Ooh, you don't have an arm. Or do you? Maybe you do, right there? I don't know. You look interesting. You have something wrong with your knee, I think. Maybe. Who knows what's wrong with you all over there? What? I don't know. There's one boy with a cane leaning against the lockers at the rear of the class. It's weird seeing someone so young with a cane. Another girl seems to be making some weird hand motions. Sign language? She peers at me over the rims of her glasses, and goes back to whatever she's doing. She's kinda cute. So is the cheery-looking girl with pink hair sitting next to her. I guess that's you with making that. She's really hard to miss. I don't know how I didn't miss her the moment I walked in. I fucked that up. I don't know how I didn't notice her the moment I walked in. I did miss her when I walked in. Please welcome our new class. Okay, Muto. We need a voice for Muto. That's different from others. Please welcome our newest classmate. He claps his hands. Yeah! And so does everyone else, except one girl in the front row who has only one hand. So I guess you do have two hands, you just don't have one on the desk. I cringe a little, but... Oh, you're missing your... Oh, okay, never mind, I see the issue. It's not an issue. I'm probably pissing off a lot of people. I cringe a little, but hide it by bowing in thanks for the applause I did not deserve. After the applause, there's a brief silence that nobody seems to want to be responsible for breaking. Teacher soon realizes that he should probably say something. He opens up with some unintelligible noise, shuts up as soon as he loses momentum, then starts up introducing me. Nobody seems to be too interested. Maybe I should have said yes to the self-introduction thing. Probably realizing he doesn't know anything about me, he just ends up saying my name wrong again, and asks me to write it on the blackboard. I do that, and turn back to face the class feeling awkward. I listen to the teacher as he drones out about getting along with my wow words. I listen to the teacher as he drones about getting along while letting my gaze sweep across the classroom. Everyone seems to be listening to him intently, and when he's done, they clap their hands again, which feels like a weird thing to do. The first row girl claps on this round, with her one hand against the other wrist that ends in a bandaged stump. I probably read that wrong. It makes me feel kind of bad. We're going to be doing some group work today. We're going to be doing some group work today, so that'll give you a chance to talk with everyone. Is that okay with you? Yeah, it's fine with me. Well, that's good. You can work with Hakamachi. She's the class representative. She can explain anything you might want to know, and who else would be able to do that better, right? How could I know? Teacher passes out the day's assignments and announces that we will be working in groups of 3. Perfect. It hits me that I don't know who Hakamichi is. Slow. Teacher seems to catch my helpless expression. Oh, right. Hakamichi's right there. Shizune Hakamichi.